I'd like for all of you to think about your climbs, where you've been, the steps you've taken to get to where you are today, and what you're doing to prepare for soaring to your summits. Surprisingly, our challenge didn't begin on Mount Everest. It actually began when we arrived in Kathmandu. You see, we had to get our 460 boxes of food and equipment out of customs. We didn't even bother knocking on the customs agent's door. We just burst through it. And we said, we're here to get our gear. And the customs agent said, namaste, namaste. Please sit down, he said. We looked at one another and we said, sit down? We've just been sitting for 17 hours. No, thank you. May we get our gear? And the customs agent said, oh, you must come back at 2:30. Your paperwork is not ready. Well, that was okay. We had a lot to do in Kathmandu. So out we went. In we came at 2:30. Namaste, namaste. Please sit. Well, this time we sat. And then he called for tea. And we looked at one another again. Tea? We don't have time for tea. Doesn't this man understand we have more important things to do? So we said, no, thank you. And he said, oh, you must come back tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. So out we went, in we came, out we went, in we came. By day 7, we realized we must be doing something wrong. How many of you get so caught up in your busyness of business that you forget to sit down and drink tea with people? You see, we never achieve our goals by ourselves. It requires many people working in cooperation. And when we have people working together, it's critical that we learn how to build relationships. And the only way we do that is by understanding other people on their terms, not on ours. We had 8 people working in the icefall that morning, and there was nothing we could do to help our teammates. And then it was just silent. 10 minutes later, Don Goodman radioed down from the icefall, and he said, everyone is alive. Yeah. Everyone's alive, but we need help getting down. Don Goodman and one of our Sherpas were swept 30 feet into a crevasse. They were pretty beat up, and they sustained minor cuts and bruises. Now, once Don was safely down to base camp, I can remember thinking, that was one way to prove a point. How easy is it for us when mistakes are made? We point a finger and we blame. When he got down to base camp and he knew he was going to be okay, he began to immediately strategize on how we were going to get back up the mountain. You know, I just talked to a gentleman, William. He's been working for just a few weeks, I think, 7 weeks or so, out of New York. He took on a fairly troubled, area, if you will. He's not blaming anybody for the state of his area, his region. What he's doing is he's finding solutions, how to fix the problem. That's what we need to do. You see, when we blame other people, when we blame past, it doesn't move us forward. It slows us down. And true leaders, and all of you are leaders in this room, true leaders don't blame other people or circumstances for the things that happen. They take responsibility. And it's only when we can accept full responsibility for our lives that we have the confidence and courage to get knocked down and then pick ourselves up and get back on that mountain. Just pretend you're right behind me and we're going to cross this ladder. On my right side, I remember this, there was a 10-ton ice block. It was just perched there, ready to fall on me. It would squish me without my even knowing it. And so I'm thinking, don't fall, okay, I can do this, I'm fine, don't fall on me, don't fall on me. I got a little bit out there, and then I tripped. So I caught myself. Now my heart's beating a little faster, I'm taking short breaths here, and I'm thinking, okay, don't trip, do not fall on me, and don't trip. And then it's another thing. I look down into the crevasse, It was 100 feet below me. So now I'm thinking, okay, don't fall, don't trip, don't fall. All this stuff's coming in my head now. And I'm thinking, I can do this, I know I can do this. All this stuff coming at my head. Get a little further out, and the ladder starts to go like this. And then I'm thinking, I'm not sure I can take another step. And I turned around, and my teammates were waiting for me very patiently. And what did I do? I shot them that smile of confidence. There are times as a leader that we just have to fake it.